Way over, I got cold feet. And so I went over to the Common, and I just wandered around, and I was thinking about it, mulling it over in my head.
I don't believe a word of it.
I don't care what you believe. It happens to be the truth.
What was her full name, your fiancée?
Diane Carrington Miller. I call her Bookie.
Bookie.
You know what her father will do if he finds out about this? He'll make confetti out of the wedding invitations.
We'll be as discreet as possible. Now, Miss Kramer, what were you doing on the Common this morning?
Today's Friday, right?
Right.
Well, every Friday, I go to the Common and sit on exactly the same bench.
I applaud your consistency. May I ask why?
I dream up dreams.
You dream up dreams?
For Stanley.
Stanley's a psychiatrist?
Mr. Albright, I'll ask the questions if you please. Stanley, the psychiatrist?
Yeah. You see, I can never think of anything to tell him. I mean, the other people come up with incredible things, but I keep running out of material.
So today, in the Boston Common, you were manufacturing dreams.
Right. And I came up with really a great one. I got the idea from a Japanese movie on the Late Show. You see, there's this gigantic toe, and it's chasing me.
Toe?
Like in Toenail? It's a mutant because of underground testing. And it's chasing me, and I can't get away from it.
Now she's back to feet again. Psst, psst, psst.
It's an important call from Kingston. There's a message for you.
Back to your post. Miss Kramer, according to your passport, you were in the Soviet Union last summer.
Russia?
Yes, Russia.
Well, what more proof do you need?
Is that true?
Boy, you guys sure work fast.
Is it true?
Well, sure. What's the big secret? The only ones who knew about it were my mother, my friends, and the U.S. Passport Bureau.
Why the trip?
Do I have to answer him?
Well,
Oh, never mind. Look, I'll show you why I was there. This is really getting ridiculous. It's got to be here someplace. Here it is. Here.
What's that?
A Byzantine triptych.
Byzantine triptych.
For luck. I got a great bargain on it. It cost me 2 Kennedy halves and a rock album.
Miss Kramer.
You can call me Macy. I mean, we're all friends here. Innocent until proven guilty, right?
Macy, are you asking me to believe that your trip to Russia was a shopping expedition?
Yeah, are you asking us to believe that?
Partly. I went with a gang of kids. What's the crime?
Where did you stay?
Mr. Albright.
They wouldn't let us camp out in our sleeping bags, so we had to check into this gloomy hotel. Boy, I could tell you a story about that place.
Is it pertinent?
Good.
Of course it's pertinent. See, first I better tell you about my phobia. I like privacy. I mean, I am adamant about my privacy.
Macy, your story.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the first thing I did when I got in my room was to look for a hidden microphone. And then I found it.
And?
It was a big, thick wire under the carpet. So I got out my scissors from my manicuring kit, and I sawed and I hacked, and I finally cut through the thing.
You didn't.
Sure I did. And then we all went out to a nightclub, if you call a 1930s fashion show a nightclub.
Yeah, and that's where they arrested you?
Nobody arrested me. Nobody touched me. The next morning, I found out from the desk clerk that there was this German couple sleeping in the room under mine, and all of a sudden their chandelier came crashing down.
Macy, I'm trying very hard to find some kernel of meaning in your story.
Well, I just thought you'd get a kick out of it. I mean, ease the tension.
Do I have to stay here and listen to any more of this?
No, you do not. There's a room for you upstairs.
Good. Good. You can call me if you need me.
I guess he didn't think it was funny. I thought it was a riot. Excuse me.
Macy, if you are innocent, then he has to be the guilty one, and you've got to try very hard Very hard to... What are you doing?
I'm meditating.
Well, like I said before, if you're innocent, Albright must be guilty, and you've got to do everything in your power to trip him up. After all, he's young and single, and you are reasonably attractive.
Couldn't have left out that reasonably, could you?
Well, I just was meaning to say that...
Yeah, I know what you were meaning to say. But that's ridiculous. It would be like seducing Mount Rushmore.
But for a worthy enough cause?
Look, Mata Hari, I'm not. If it was somebody like Dustin Hoffman, that would be different.
I forget I even brought it up.
I brought some food. Help yourself.
No, thank you. I'm not hungry, thank you.
Well, maybe you should eat something. Might be better if you had a decent dinner.
What?
Well, I guess I'd better explain. I was sent over to question your fiancée.
Diane?
She was kind of upset.
Well, of course she was. We had an argument, and I haven't had a chance to call, and she was probably worried. And then you go over there and tell her I'm being investigated by the government.
All I said was that you were helping us on an important case.
Well, then what's the problem?
Maybe you better sit down.
You're always telling me to sit down.
She told me she was trying to reach you all day. Something about an important decision she had made.
Decision?
She gave me something to give you.
You don't mean she...
I didn't open it, but I can guess what's inside.
I mean, just like that? I mean, she just handed it to you? Just like that?
Oh, I brought this along. Might take the edge off. It's there if you want it.
Delicatessen. The government's all part. Hey, I know pearls come in oysters, but diamonds in corned beef?
Yeah, just get rid of it.
This wouldn't be, what's her name's, Buppies, would it?
Bookie! It was.
How did you get it?
Just came back. Courtesy of Kingston. Any more questions?
You mean she gave it to a total stranger to give to you?
Well, look at the postage she saved.
You gonna get drunk?
I'm going to try to get drunk, but it's not going to work. I have never been able to get drunk in my life.
This, Diane, is she pretty?
Yeah, yeah, she's beautiful.
I'm sorry, I really am.
It's all right.
Can I tell you something?
No.
I've never told it to anyone before, and I think it might help.
Yeah, well, I'm a captive audience. Would you chew with your mouth closed, please?
You never met my father, the podiatrist.
Look, I'm not going to listen to any more stories about feet.
It's not a story about feet, honest. Well, you see, he was really a groovy man. And one summer, he got very sick. I remember I was out in the backyard looking at my Captain Midnight decoder badge.
Your what?
My decoder badge. My older cousin gave it to me. He had sent away to Captain Midnight for it. Anyway, my mother came home from the hospital, and told me that my father had died.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I wanted to cry, but I didn't. Later on in the afternoon, you know what I did?
What?
I went out in the backyard and I buried my decoder badge.
Why?
Because I wanted to have something that was permanent. Something that I could dig up in 50 years and it would still be there.
And did you ever go back?
Yeah. Yeah, last year. I don't know why, but I took the subway back to my old neighborhood. God, it was awful. The house needed paint and my father's azalea bush was gone. But it didn't matter. I had to find that badge. I went in the yard and I dug and I dug. The kids in the neighborhood must have thought I was Long John Silver. And you know what?
No badge?
No badge. But it didn't matter. Because it was somewhere, and that's the point.
What's the point?
The point is that you can lose a Captain Midnight decoder badge, but you can't destroy it.
But I'm sorry. I mean, maybe I'm just thick, but I don't get it.
I just thought it was the right thing to tell you.
Captain Midnight badges. What about the background? What'd you come up with?
Yeah, bio on the guy. His ancestors date back to colonial Boston. Great-great-great-great-grandfather was an officer in the Revolutionary War.
So was Benedict Arnold. Beacon Street, Harvard. Seems like we bagged ourselves a model citizen. What about the girl? What'd you dig up?
Yeah, not much. Art major, part-time waitress in a coffee house. The usual protest marches and demonstrations.
She a radical?
Just a typical student, dedicated to the overthrow of the government and all of its institutions.
That's not funny. What about the parents?
Father deceased. The old lady's trying to start an organization called Mothers of Boston for Chinese Ping Pong.
Mothers of Boston?
Yeah, we've been looking for her all afternoon.
Well, when you find her, bring her in for questioning. What about the psychiatrist? When can we see him?
He's holding an encounter session at his apartment tonight. He says if we drop by, he'll try and spring loose.
Well, let's get over there. That's one thing this case could use is a good psychiatrist. Lukens, keep listening.
What?
Keep listening.
Hey, they just left. Maybe the ship is sinking. You still worrying about Diane?
No. I was just thinking. I don't even remember Captain Midnight. What kind of childhood did I have?
Well, it was a little before my time, too. I grew up with Soupy Sales and the Roadrunner.
You know, when I was a kid, I never even played outside. I mean, outside in the air.
Are you sure you're not getting a little funny?
No, I'm so sober, it's frightening. Hey, there, look, come here. Look here.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Do you see one scar?
No?
I mean, I don't even remember breaking a leg or skinning a knee. Well, look, nothing. I mean, how did I grow up? In a polyethylene bag?
Look, I don't have a cigarette, do you?
I don't smoke. I never even tried.
I gave it up, but I really could use one right now.
There's got to be one little scar here somewhere.
Hey, fellas! You got any cigarettes up there?
Yes.
I'm down here in the kitchen.
What are you doing?
Room service.
Maybe. Look! I mean, not even on my elbows. Tell me something, does it show?
Does what show?
That I didn't have a childhood?
Somebody want a cigarette?
Oh, yeah, thanks. No. He doesn't smoke.
What?
He doesn't smoke. He never even tried. You can go to your room now.
What's going on?
It's not important. Go ahead. You were saying?
Come here. Here, come here. Sit down. Sit down. Now, look at my face. Look at it. It's not a bad face, is it?
No, it's a nice face, Preston. Really it is.
Yeah, but it's cold, right? Remote? Yeah. I mean, you'd never ask me to sign one of those petitions, would you?
Well,
Hey, wait a minute.
what?
You know that I never even threw a football when I was a kid?
You're kidding.
No, I mean, honestly. I know it's hard to believe, but I don't think I ever threw a football.
Look, why don't you try and take your mind off your mind?
It's not easy.
Well, what do you do for a living? You never told me.
I work for my father. Yeah, he puts out this financial newsletter, you know, and you pay him $100, and he tells you can't go wrong with General Motors.
I take it he's rich?
You know, on my 21st birthday, he gave me my weight in credit cards. I don't think I'll ever forgive him for that. You think I'm crazy, don't you?
Just a little.
Yeah. Well, maybe I am. Anyway, thank you for listening to me.
You're welcome.
You're really not such a bad person after all.
Thank you.
If only...
If only what?
Nothing.
Oh, yeah, come on now. You were gonna say, if only I wasn't a spy, right?
No, I wasn't.
Yes. That's exactly what you were gonna say.
No, I didn't.
All this time I thought we were grooving and you were putting me down, right?
Stacy, will you listen to me?
Why don't you just get a haircut and be yourself? And that's not a psychedelic tie.
Oh, I am going to get a haircut.
Good.
Yeah, I'm going to get a haircut.
I'm
Since
glad.
I met you, I'm giving up that whole thing. I'm going to get a crew cut.
Terrific.
I might
And
even
white
save
walls.
it off to forget this.
Fantastic. You know, I think I'm about to give you your first scar.
All right, that's enough fragmentation. Now it's time to coalesce. Come on in, everybody. That's it. Come on, get closer. That's it. Don't be afraid. That's it. I'm Stanley.
I'm Ralph. I'm Harriet. But the question is, who are they?
Don't lose it. Don't lose it now. Keep going. All right, I'll be right back. That's good. Keep it up.
Dr. Stanley Remington?
Yeah, you must be Brubaker.
That's right. These are my credentials.
That's okay. I go by trust. All right, don't lose it. I'll be right back. Let's go in the office. I tell you, fellas, you came at a bad time. I have to keep an eye on my people. This is their first marathon. You ever tried one?
Can't say as I have.
You ought to. Cleans out the garbage. It's my own private spy in the sky. Of course, you people know all about that. All right, honey. That's it. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Get in there. Now. Uh-huh! Yeah,
Dr. Remington.
Yeah.
Dr. Remington.
What? Oh, yeah, sure. All right. I think they've got it now anyway. Your man filled me in. When can I see Macy?
You can't.
I can't. Oh, you really go for this cloak and dagger stuff, don't you? How'd you get started?
What do you mean?
No, you can level with me. Was it the guns?
Guns? I haven't shot a gun.
All right, then maybe it was the mystery or the game playing. Is that it?
Look, Dr. Remington, I don't believe that you fully understand. You see, I'm doing the questioning. I question, you answer.
That sounds like a refreshing change. Can I lie down?
You...
I have a strange recurring dream, Doctor. A patient of mine is being held somewhere, and she desperately needs my help.
This is no joke, Doctor. My associate told you we are confronted with a matter of grave national emergency, and Macy is deeply involved in it.
Always knew she'd turn out all right. Tell me, Doctor, what is this grave national emergency to which you so luridly refer?
I'm not at liberty to go into it.
Ah, rules. Mustn't disobey Daddy, must we? I'm warning you, Brubaker. I'm going to get the truth out of you yet. I have the lightning mind of a chess player. You don't play, do you?
No, I don't.
Too bad. Excellent therapy for a man obviously on the brink of a nervous collapse.
Doctor, do you realize I could pick up that phone and have you arrested
You're
right now?
threatening